segment of Country Living in the City. Well, I just had a horrible time trying to get to my father's homeland and to see the land and take footage and talk to my farmer cousins and one that wannabe. I did get to interview the wannabe, which he was very helpful with the history of our family and the farm and how we lost the farm and got the farm back and other things and stuff. And I will be showing that on the Black and Healthy Restoring Black America channel here on YouTube. So please check out that channel as well because I have some footage about farming on that channel. Now, but when I got back, there was storms here and I forgot to do some stuff. Poor little old me, always forgetting something, but oh well. But my gardens are looking good, so I want to show you guys and give you some garden tips as I go through the gardens. So join, and I have a giveaway. So let's talk about it. And I'll pause the video and get started with the tour. Hey guys, that's my perennial, and it's gonna get bigger, and those big old blooms are gonna come out. Why I keep forgetting the name of this daggone perennial, but that's one, and this is the other over here. I love these things because they come back bigger and better every year. But guess what, guys? My corn is coming up. How you should plant corn: you make sure you put it in rows, and they're usually 10 inches apart. I did a video on that, but it was so windy that day you couldn't hear a word I was saying. But you plant the seeds, corn seeds, at least 3 inches apart, and all of them haven't come up yet, but a lot of them have. I got a late start on this, but they should do pretty good. I planted 50 ears altogether back here. So, and I'm only planting corn back here because when I try to plant other things, the perennials were already here, so I don't plant around them. I just fertilize them and trim them and stuff because they're very beautiful when the blooms come out, and they attract bees. But yeah, it's usually 10 to 12 inches apart, so they'll have the room to grow and sprout out and everything. As you see, they're coming up in the rows. Yeah, I think I planted that one too close. I'm looking at it in the camera and like, oh, that don't look right. But that's a little quick tutorial on how to plant corn. The seeds should be 3 inches apart. You go down about 2 inches in depth, and you cover with about an inch of soil. But you make the rows 10 inches, so 10 to 12 inches apart. I think I made that one too big, but I used all my seeds, so I hope all of them come out. Alrighty. Okay, guys. Well, this is my grandson's little garden box, as you see. I try to encourage the kids all the time to just get involved with gardening. As you see, my little trusty little greenhouse blew away because I wasn't here to secure it. And I forgot to do that before I left, so that was my fault. But at least it stayed in one piece. It just kind of blew off the stand there. Isn't it funny? But my daughter's here helping me get everything organized again. But his onions are growing, as you see, and these are his 2 tomato plants that he actually planted himself, and they grew, and now they're in the box. And this actually has a chalkboard on it, so he can fiddle faddle over here if he's, you know, in the garden with me. And over here, look at my beautiful carrots. They're coming up great. And the onion cuttings, as you see. And my garlic is having fun back there. Let me show you my begonias in my little cinder box. That's a green tomato plant, and my cantaloupe's still kind of struggling. But my watermelon is sprucing up, is getting bigger and everything, and my pepper plants. I have all, this is my rosemary plant from last year. It's coming back. It's nice and green. And that's another one. And another one. I love rosemary. And that's cilantro back there. Thyme. Parsley. Look at that. My parsley just went wow while I was gone. And look at those bad boys. That's my curly kale and my southern collards. That stalk is getting the way I love it. Look at it. Look at it. That's a beautiful stalk. And this is a oh, it's a type of kale. I can't remember the name. Luciato or something like that. But yeah, it's sprucing up. I gave them some feedings. And oh, look, it's time for me to pull some leaves off of that one. And I hope, these are my potatoes. Remember the video? And I fertilized them before I left. And they got a good raining. Ah, look at that. They coming up. And I got bulb onion in here. And these are coming up. So, yeah. I'm glad even though my greenhouse went poof. It went poof. Well, at least I came back to see this beautiful, glorious garden. And I'm happy I got to cut the grass. But look, I wanted to show you how the carrots looking. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. And my garlic. Ooh, I love garlic. This is all my garlic here. All that. I got to prune these down a little bit because I want my bulbs to be nice and big. And these are my beets. I think I need to thin some. But yeah, these are my beets in my containers here. And look at all my tomato plants. These were started from plants I bought because I was trying. And these are the ones I started myself from seed. Like I said, I was behind all this frost. It was hard to grow them on the inside. And I needed to get them outside because they weren't getting enough sunlight. But these were this big like last week. And after using the fertilizer mix I use, and I put the grass around, it's starting to turn brown. This one was teeny tiny, but it's getting up there. Now, and I got my marigold there. And look at that, aren't they? I'm glad I put the trellises up because those tomatoes, they can get wild on you. I gotta probably do some pruning. And I'm gonna do a video on how to prune tomato plants. And now let's look at the peppers. Whoo-wee. Now, this one I grew from seed. And I just put it was about this big last week. And after the good raining and everything, oh, that's a weed. Okay. After the raining and stuff, it's sprucing up. Now, this is my Scotch bonnet pepper. And it wasn't getting the height I wanted, so I had to put it in shock. What I mean by putting it in shock, see, it was producing fruit too soon, so I pull them off, pull the flowers off, so it'll force it to go up. You don't want it to start pushing out fruit until it starts to get a certain height. So I'm just taking off the fruit well, the fruit producers right now. So I'm putting it in shock, and I gotta give it a good feeding so it'll keep going. Okay? So that's a tip. If your plants are producing fruit when they this small, you need to not let them do that. And you just need to pull the flowers off, okay? And it puts them in shock, and they'll start putting energy towards growing up. And that's what you want to do, because this is stunted. And also another way to put it in shock is pull these new leaves off at the bottom. And like I said, it'll put its energy going up. Now, I don't forgot which one. I think this is my Tennessee cheese pepper. No, yeah, because these are hot peppers and these are mild. I had to come until they start producing fruit. I get confused. They are all green right now. Ha ha. but I just hope we have a great harvest this year. Oh, got one more bed to show you. Let's take a tour. I changed the position of my chicken coop, as you see. And that's Nina's little house. Y'all see her big bone? She lays on top of it and bites it all day. She is such a chewer. But I have to finish hardwiring. I wish I had some help, y'all. I would have been had this stuff done, and my chickens here. But here we go. This is the chicken coop connected with the run. And even I got some shading. I got to get a little thing so I can put in there for sand. And I got to get my chicken feeder. Oh, I got so much to do. But I wanted to show you another part of my garden. Green beans. These are all my green beans. And they're looking absolutely beautiful. I think this is the best year. My green beans usually start out really slow, and this year they doing their thing. Look at them. And in the center there, that's Swiss chard, and it's coming up good. I got to do some thinning down up there, and I'll do a video on that too. Okay, let's go inside my other garden. Okay, I still got some more stuff to plant in here because I need to fill up all this space, which I'm going to do now that I'm back in town. But these are my cucumber plants. I think I'm going to get some more. And now these I planted from seed. These are mine. I might buy some more because just to fill up the space at my favorite nursery. Go Funkies. That's what the name of the nursery is. Funkies Greenhouse. These are my celery, and I'm gonna get some. Well, I had celery planted, but you see, okay. We won't even talk about it. We gonna leave that. Leave it alone. Okay, we got 2 celery. That's Utah celery, and I gotta get some more to fill out. That's it. Now these are my mustard plants, and they're looking good. And they're starting to produce like I want. And I'm going to learn how to make mustard. That's why I planted them. And I'm actually going to get some more and fill up that space. My squash is starting. They was giving me heck, but they starting to do something. Even this little one here. But I gave them a good feeding and some more compost. That's my thyme in the back. This is one of my rosemary that decided it wasn't going to come back this year, but I'm going to leave it there and see what happens, because you never know. Now, these little things in Ohio drive me crazy. These come from your maple trees. That we call them helicopters. That's what they do. They fly down, but they will start to sprout again. So you'll have trees everywhere. So I always pull these because when they love to sprout during the rains, and because they'll get all in your garden. So be tip for a good gardener is to make sure you know your climate and know the area you live in, because you got to know your critters. You got to know everything about what might attack your food, okay? So, and I'm going to talk about some things to protect. Let's see. This is broccoli Raab. Is a different type of broccoli. It's not the one with the one single head. This actually just, it actually is, it sprouts like greens and you eat the leaves. It doesn't have a head. But these are the ones that would have heads. And it looks like this one, they're called imperial broccoli. This one looks like it's about to start forming the head, which is good, but I want it to get bigger. So I got to do some work with it. Now this is all my bulb lettuce, and it's starting to spruce up. My spinach is starting to spruce up. And let's see. And now these are more collards up here, and that's another rosemary plant. Now that's one from last year and it's coming back. And I got these things choking my new rosemary plant over here. Let me get these things out of here. Look at that. It's gonna be a tree. I can't wait till the winter so I can show you guys how to tap a tree so you can learn how to make syrup. There's so many things you can do in the garden, and I encourage you to garden. And I want to show you, I'm giving away garden kits for children with the gloves. So let me pause the video so I can go get that. And if you want that for your child, I'll send it to you. All you have to do is sign up for my newsletter. Give me a second, I'll be back. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed my garden tour. I got a lot of work to do. Got to get that greenhouse back together and stationed. So I'm glad it didn't fall apart. But, and I apologize for my appearance after spending 2 days in an airport terminal. My goodness, it was absolutely ridiculous what was going on. And it wasn't just me, it was a whole bunch of people, but at least I didn't feel alone. But getting back to what I wanted to say, if you guys are interested in getting your kids interested in gardening is a beautiful thing for a child. It opens their mind up to so many things. My grandson is absolutely in love with gardening. He comes over on the weekends and he says, "Granny, did my plant grow? Did my plant?" You know, gardening and farming and just things in the earth. They're learning science. They're learning chemistry. They're learning biology. They're learning so much just by gardening, just by putting a seed in the ground and watching things grow. It is so helpful to their mind and everything. So, but if you're interested, I have 5 gardening kits to give to a lucky boy or girl for the first 5 people who sign up for the Country Living in the City website newsletter. That's all. No money, no obligation. I will send you, if you tell me you have a boy, I will send him some Paw Patrol gardening gloves, okay? Or a girl. There's some Paw Patrol girl gloves. And they will get a shovel, a rake, and it's 2 shovels and a rake. And I'm also gonna send them seeds. They'll get seeds and 2 pots to plant a plant, and it'll be something easy to grow, and they can sit it in the windowsill, and just opening their minds up. So that's all I have for you guys today. Please excuse this appearance. I feel bad looking at myself in camera. Oh, I'm so tired, you guys. But I'm glad I made it home safely. Thanks to just thanks to the Most High. I have to give him that honor because I didn't know. I mean, we were in mid-air, and the plane had to turn around. So, and then the captain scares everybody on the plane by telling them the door wouldn't shut. I said, "What door?" Oh my God. But I did make it to my family. I didn't stay very long because I had to get. I did not fly back because I would just no, I couldn't take that anymore. I couldn't take the stress because they were still canceling flights and they wanted to put me on standby in Detroit. I'm not gonna spend 15 hours at a daggone airport anymore. But God had His work to do, so I'm not mad. I had to take an alternate route. That's what you do. So I drove back home. So that's why I'm tired. But when I came here and I seen all of this stuff, I said I need to take a garden video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and take care of yourself and each other, eating foods from the Most High. Until next time, Shalom.